you're offering tweaks, not a dramatic shift.
Well, I think what I'm offering are proven results. I think what I'm offering is that we can build on where we are. We've dug ourselves out. We're standing, but we're not yet running. I'm not happy with the status quo. I've said that repeatedly.
But you're offering more government programs, more spending, more entitlements, more taxes, more tax penalties and credits.
Well, but let's unpack that. What I'm offering is the biggest job creation program since World War II, and I hope to be able.
But it's infrastructure. That's what Obama did.
But he didn't get to do enough, and he didn't get enough support from the Congress.
As the general election goes to full swing, 98 days, in fact, Hillary Clinton taking hits that her administration would just be a continuation of what we have. She argues she's got ideas. Does she? Marianne Marsh, former senior advisor to Secretary of State John Kerry, and Katie Pavlich, news editor for townhall.com and a Fox News contributor. How you doing, ladies?
Good morning.
98 days. Katie, start, right? Is she the real agent of change? Go.
No, of course not. There's a reason why President Obama fully endorsed her, and that's to protect his legacy. And look, when Hillary Clinton says, I'm going to offer the greatest jobs program since World War II, that's just, another way of saying, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. But of course, we've all been told to run away from that. Even President Obama admits that his $1 trillion stimulus package failed. He said shovel-ready jobs weren't as shovel-ready as we said, and we're seeing the anger in America right now because people like Hillary Clinton, who have been in Washington for 40 years, have been telling regular, everyday Americans that things are better, that they're going to help them, that they're going to change things, and the fact is things haven't changed. We're not running or even standing, as Hillary Clinton claims. We're treading water and barely doing that. There's a lot of people out in the country who feel like they're still drowning under President Obama's economy.
That whole stimulus money, that went to the states to shore up jobs, essentially, when it was designed to build roads and bridges. Did not happen. Marianne, go. How would she govern differently?
Well, the anger that's fueling this election is because people want better jobs at better wages, and they want Washington to work. And she's got a plan to do the former and the record of accomplishment to do the latter. And that's what matters here. The plan to get the infrastructure of our country back on track, not just roads, bridges, rails, and planes, but the energy grid and the internet is exactly what everybody wants. And she has a record, especially in the Senate, of working with Republicans. You heard that throughout the convention and her pick with Tim Kaine. She has always worked with Republicans. And I would not want, when you look at the fact that the Democrats should win the Senate back, I would not want to be a member of Congress in Wisconsin, Ohio, Pennsylvania, or Michigan in the next Congress to vote against these plans because they will lose their jobs in 2018. And that's what this is all about. Look at her Senate record. Look at the plan she has to rebuild this country. Look at how she's worked throughout this.
She touched on that. She touched on that. I don't know if really that was what was highlighted coming out of last week, though. And Katie, I keep coming back to the question, Trump has made his policies clear. And they are very different from Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, which means they're different than President Obama's. And if you look at the details of how Hillary is going to pay for her new infrastructure, how she claims she's going to create jobs, and by the way, it's the private sector that creates jobs, not the government, as Hillary Clinton would want you to understand. If you look at her website and her plans for paying for the infrastructure she wants, she's paying for it by proposing a tax increase on businesses. And what do businesses in this country do? They create jobs. So if they're paying more in taxes, they have less money to pay in salary, less money to pay for benefits, and let's not forget, less money to pay for Obamacare, which is a huge problem for the economy and our recovery.
Marianne?
Look, the fact is, we have to make investments in these public goods because that's how businesses run. They don't have good roads. They don't have good airports. They don't have good rail. Most of this country doesn't have high-speed internet anywhere. That's a fact. And the energy grid needs to be reformed too. So those are the kinds of things that everybody benefits from, and that's what's been lost in all this. When you realize that there are still people, all of Congress, Hillary Clinton, Democrats, still fighting to get money for the first responders who defended and tried to rebuild New York in the wake of 9/11 because Republicans won't do it, that's where we've lost the public good. These are things that everybody benefits from and everybody should participate in. And from there, businesses will only do better. People will only do better. And everybody wants better jobs and better wages.
Just going to drop from the sky like leaves.
Yes.
When Wallace talks about 69% of the American people think we're on the wrong track, just examine that question, ladies. Katie, you start. How do you see that? Is that dissatisfaction overall? Is that a general answer about how Washington works or does not work? How does that fit into your analysis about the level of discontent in America today?
Well, I think that people have realized that all of the promises President Obama made, both in 2008 and 2012, that the government was going to make things better from Washington, from a faraway place, just wasn't true. And as I already mentioned, people are sick and tired of people in this city where I am saying that things are better when we have anemic GDP growth, when you have a record number of people out of the employment search.
So you buy the number then, in other words. You
Absolutely, I buy the number. If you go out and ask people and talk to
Yeah.
people in these little towns across the country or even big cities, they'll say things haven't gotten better instead of being told they are.
I'm almost out of time. I apologize. Quickly, Marianne.
I buy that number, and everybody knows Washington is broken. And what Hillary Clinton has a history of doing is working with Republicans. People want Washington to work again, and that's how we're going to fix it.
And that's where Trump sees his opportunity. Ladies, thanks to both of you. We'll see you in a week, okay?
Thanks,
Katie
Bill.
and Marianne, thanks. Nice to see you last week, Marianne and Philly.
Yes, thank you. You too, Bill. Thanks so much.
Liz.